Bros Productions is proud to present Kansas City Jets High School Travel Hockey. Kansas City Jets Hockey is brought to you by the Bortnick Law Firm, Donovan Service, Golf TRK, the Kansas City Ice Center, KC Ice, Minding the Gap, Myers Brothers, Packer Fastener, the Midwest High School Hockey League, and Beck Bros Productions. Now, Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome out to the Buccaneers Arena here in Des Moines. Joel Becker, Kansas City Jets Hockey. Jets set to take on the Des Moines Capitals. This one is the finale of the four-game set. The Jets have dropped the first three, so they have got their work cut out for them as they try to salvage some points here in Des Moines this weekend in snowy Des Moines, Iowa. Same two goalies as we had yesterday, so a little bit of a departure from what you oftentimes see for the Kansas City Jets, as Camden Krugel will get the start for Kansas City in the goal to our right. Jackson Fleming, who got the start yesterday and is one of the top goalies in the league as well, has got the start as well. So both teams choosing to go with their top dogs for this game, and it's going to be the Whitrock line getting started for Kansas City between Shaden Brenneman and Brody Lee. Teams at center ice just about set to go for the first period of play. And we are underway here from Buccaneers Arena, and right off the face-off, Barons tried to play it in. It ends up going probably wide of the goal, but Krugel will just basket catch it and hang on for an early face-off 7 seconds in to this first period. Max Myers on the draw for the Capitals, wins it again. Oh, it comes loose, and Lee over there. Whitrock will try and relieve it from the sideboards, and finally Micah Mon will play it down into the Capitals' end. Brenneman gets checked to the boards. Puck goes into the corner. Capitals take over, and they get it out to center ice. Reedman, who started the game along with Amon, plays it ahead, and Whitrock trying to walk in front with it. Straight away, long shot, sticked away by Fleming, and that goes out of play. And we will get another early stoppage of play 38 seconds into this one. I would say we didn't really test Jackson Fleming that much yesterday. Hopefully we can see more of that today. Krugel certainly did get tested. You know, it's one of those things where the first two periods yesterday, very evenly matched game. I don't know if it was just skated out of it were the Jets or what. They did end up giving up 4 goals in the third period, and the final score looked a lot more lopsided than the game really was. Capitals trying to work it in. Christensen back in that, tried to center one, that went off a stick. And now trying to work up the near side boards. Lemke played it ahead. So it's Cale Smith, Lemke, and Brody McAfee out there. Loose puck. Ooh, Lemke almost off to the races with that one. Goes into the Jets' end, though. Ekton will play it up ahead. Lemke tries to force it out. Second effort, Cale Smith does get it out to center ice. Capitals work it right back in, and the Jets play it up the near side boards. Lemke runs over a player, but the Capitals do dump it into the zone. Teddy Ekton with it. He just left it there for McAfee, who had a little trouble with it. Sends it back to Jackson Norman. He tried to go rink wide. That actually hit Augustine, and then the Jets will dump it in. We have played just about 2 minutes here from this first period of play. Scoreless at Buccaneers Arena. Bo Bloom plays it over to an open left wing, and Wood with it. He'll dump it in. Fleming, who likes to go out of the net, stopped it behind the goal. Comes up the near side boards and out to center. Elam will backhand it in. Jets tag up, and in fact they'll change players behind the play. as the Capitals look to break out. Up ahead, went off of Augustine. He'll dump it in. This should be icing, but they wave it off. He was a good 4 or 5 feet behind the red line, but at any rate, it's Brenneman with the puck. He will work in, was checks, has it, top of the circle, shot, rebound, and it came loose in front, but unfortunately, it was Brody Lee having his stick, and now we've got a 2-on-0 down low. Barron's a shot, and he missed the net. Boy, he had Logsdon right with him in a 2-on-0. I don't necessarily have a problem with shooting in that situation, but if you're going to shoot, you better hit the net. That's play offsides, and we will get a whistle. And I think the Jets really dodged one there. Certainly Gage Barron's knows how to find the back of the net. But like I said, 2-on-0 down low, and he's got Logsdon, who scored yesterday, with him. If you are going to rip that shot, you better at least put it on goal. Puck dumped in. It's going to bounce in on goal. Steered aside by Krugel. And Reedman plays it ahead. Amon trying to play it up the near side boards. Kill Smith line out there for the Jets. Back of the net. Reedman up ahead in the middle for Lemke. He'll just play it in on right wing, trying to catch up to it. Does. Centers one, Reedman, and puck ended up going wide of the goal. Then here's a shot by Smith in front. That hit traffic, never got through. Fleming tried to jump out for it. And boy, the Jets had possession of it. One of the referees lost sight and blew it dead. Lemke not too happy about it, but we'll get a whistle and a stoppage in play. They are going with a 4-man referee system here. It's interesting because they didn't have one yesterday. And for whatever reason, I guess they thought the Sunday morning game would be more violent or something. I don't know. In the meantime, face-off. Smith gets it back to the point. Reedman long shot, redirected wide. Amon activates from the point to keep it in. Along the near side boards. Smith tried to come away with it. Comes out to the point. Amon will glove it down and play it in behind the net. Jets trying to get some offense going here early on in this one as we have played 4 minutes of the first period. Comes back into the Kansas City end. Amon goes into the corner there with Nelson. Puck comes right out in front, top of the crease, and a shot goes wide off of the stick of Nelson. Then a long shot from the point, hit traffic, went wide. Back of the goal, comes up the near side boards, again comes out to the point. Henley a shot. Again, hit off a leg or something, ended up going wide of the goal. Reedman plays it off the sideboards, kept in by the Capitals, who are themselves dangerous here. Puck in the corner. 4 players, and the Capitals come away with it across for Henley. Henley a shot, and that was blocked by Amon. And then McAfee trying to work it out, comes to Smith, and Smith does it, send it down the ice. And this one they're going to call icing against the Jets with 12:15 left to go in the first period. Scoreless game. We will see the Corin line out for the second time between Wood and Shibig this time, as Andon got the face-off. Puck squirts loose into the Jets zone, but cleared out of harm's way. Capitals get it back out to center ice. Shibig there. Puck comes loose in the center ice area, and it's taken by Augustine. He whiffed as he went to go shoot, but it's carried on. Malang. He was forced off the puck, comes up the near side boards. Norman over there for Kansas City, and a shot by Malang and a save by Krugel, and he will hang on. 11:49 left to go in the first period. This time it was the Capitals winning the draw. Comes back out right point, across left point, long shot, save. Krugel, big rebound in front, but Jets able to poke it away. This one's going to go the length of the ice, and an icing call against Kansas City, who will take the opportunity to get the Whitrock line back out there. Capitals counter with the Myers line. Near side boards comes out, long shot from the point, puck loose in front, low slot area, but Elam over there to play it up the boards. Then Brenneman handed it right to Logsdon, a shot and a save by Krugel, a bit of a screen shot, but was able to find it around the body of Bo Bloom and make the save. Would be nice if you wouldn't see the Jets make the same mistakes over and over again. That was another situation where they had a chance to clear and a blind pass was intercepted by the Capitals. Oh, all in front, and a save by Krugel on the backhand try from point blank range there by Gage Behrens. Capitals will go back for it in their own zone. Up ahead near side, goes on goal. Krugel steers it in the corner for Elam to his partner Bloom. Oh, Bloom off the sideboards. It was tipped ahead. Lemke trying to chase it down. Now Brody Lee back of the net. Zachary West for the Capitals. It's played ahead by Reed. And Des Moines trying to get out of their own zone, but still having a little trouble. Reed with it again in the corner. Lemke came over. Couldn't take it away, and now Myers. 3-on-2 back the other way with speed. Got it to Logsdon, then across one-timer. Behrens, that was blocked at the defense by Elam, who went down. Pucks comes loose, though. Logsdon again, sharp angle, tries to walk toward the front. Backhand, he whiffed as he went to shoot it. And the Jets clear it, and both teams will make line changes. Capitals play it ahead, just onside. Nelson long shot, and Krugel saw that one all the way, and he will hang on for a face-off. Just about 7 minutes into the first period, scoreless game so far. Cale Smith line out here for Kansas City against Christensen, and that goes right to Krugel, who hangs on. So they'll face off again. Christensen went forward with it, but Amon knocked it out of the way. Then Smith on the near side boards plays it ahead. Lemke can't get it out of the zone. Now Bennett again, a second try, lifts it. It's kept in by Behrens, but now bounces out to center. McAfee comes over to knock it away from Christensen. Amon up the near boards. Did lift it out to center ice. It's going to go down the ice. They wave off icing, though. And in the corner way, he was hit. Jets have it. Reedman. That went off a stick. In front comes loose shot. And McAfee missed it. Might have grazed the outside of the point, it looked like. Outside of the post, excuse me. In the meantime, Jets play it back out to center ice. Long shot in by the Capitals, and Krugel leaves it. Amon with it again. Up the near boards to Lemke. Plays it out to center ice. Korn over there trying to track it down. Henley got there first, but now here's Amon again. Playing with it on the near side boards. Comes into the Jets end, and Reedman will go for a skate. Lifts it out to center ice. It was gloved down. Taken away from Augustine, who would have been offsides if he went in anyway. And this should be icing. And we will get an icing call against the Des Moines Capitals about halfway through the first period. So this game's starting a lot like yesterday's did, with relatively even both teams. Both teams getting some opportunities, and both teams coming up with some good defensive plays. Whitrock line back out for Kansas City. Lane able to get the draw. Norman plays it in the corner. Whitrock a centering pass that is whipped by everybody and back the other way. It's going to be 3-on-1. Capitals trying to get it into the zone. Behrens a shot, another rebound shot. Logsdon, and Krugel able to get both of them down prone on the ice. And Behrens another shot that was tipped wide. Norman comes up with the rebound. Jackson, he handed it right in front, and a shot by Behrens saved Krugel, and he was able to cover it up. Boy, I tell you what, like we said before, it'd be really nice if they wouldn't make the same mistakes over and over again. And that time Jackson Norman literally centering a puck in the high slot to an opponent player. And luckily for him, Camden Krugel able to bail him out. Another offensive faceoff here, though, as the Myers line stays out against the Cale Smith line. This is going to be icing against Kansas City. 8:05 left to go first period. Scoreless. Well, it's not snowy this morning. It is awfully cold here in Des Moines. off the draw. McAfee tried to play it up the boards, couldn't get it out. Logsden now to Myers. It was knocked down by Smith. Kel Smith makes a move, left it behind the net for Bo Bloom, and now Derek Elam with it. It's poked out to center ice, trying to chase it down Smith. Capitals got there just ahead of them. They work behind their goal. It's Henley with it. Up ahead for Logsden. The big line out for the Capitals right now. Logsden on left wing. He'll work in. He's got Myers going toward the net. Left it. Henley a shot that was blocked by Lemke. And now back the other way. Bennett Lemke with speed. He'll try and work in. Gets in around Henley all alone. And he lost the handle on the puck again right as he went to shoot. Boy, he had gotten that step on Henley. Did have his stick wrapped just a little bit. And never could regain possession. Here is Shibig with the puck. Again up the middle. That was picked off right at the blue line by the Capitals and Nelson. Puck goes into the far corner and Logan after for it. Now here's Shibig again. He'll play it around near side. That was an elevated pass and Bloom couldn't stop it. And they try and play it in front. Comes back out to the point. Long shot. Save Krugel. Again, a bit of a screenshot. Not sure if he saw it or not. But ended up taking it in the midsection and he'll come up with the save. 6:33 to go in the first period. Scoreless from Buccaneer Arena. Whitrock line is out. Jets did actually have a lead in the game yesterday, if you recall. It did not last. Brody Lee up the middle. They should wave this icing off, and they do. Good call by the linesman this time, because one of the Capitals players who probably could have played it instead decided to lift the stick of a Jets player. Which, again, that's not illegal to do, but on the other hand, does nullify icing. Reedman leaves it for his partner Micah Amon, who comes up left wing, up the near side boards looking for Brody Lee. Gets past he and the Capital player into the Des Moines end. Christensen over for it. He just plays it back of the net. Down to 5:45 left to go here in the first period. Comes back to Reedman in his own zone. Oh, made a ill-advised pass but got lucky. And he'll go for a skate in his own zone. Now this time backhands it to Amon, who got it to Lemke, back the other way. Bennett Lemke dumps it into the corner. Smith after forward there, takes his man into the boards. Comes loose in front. Lemke tried the backhand, never did get the shot on goal. And now coming back the other way, here come the Capitals. Good job by Lemke to try and knock Malang off the puck. Moines still with it though. Shot from a good ways out, stopped to the defense. Comes back out top of the circle across one-timer. And that shot by Junta missed everything off the end board. Junta gets it back. Another shot that was a lot closer, but still went wide off the end boards. Another one redirected wide off the stick of Myers. Maybe the body. A couple of players go down behind the net. Jets in the corner, can't really do much with it. Comes back out right point. Barron's a long shot. Got by Reedman and wide of the goal. Capitals able to keep the puck in for a little while. Now then Lemke knocks it away, and again he's one-on-one trying to work into the zone. Goes around a man all alone in front, and he put it right through the crease. Never did really get a shot on goal. Didn't have any help, and he was late on a shift, but he really would have been nice if he could have gotten a shot on goal. In the meantime, Jets change behind the play. Capitals still trying to break out of their own zone. Comes out to center ice. Picked up by Augustine. And back in that, Jackson Norman. He'll just play it across. Acton ahead to center ice. It's tipped ahead for Korn, who'll dump it in. Jets in the middle of a line change. Wood over along the near side boards. And the Capitals will work out to center. Trying to work in Barons. Barons through a maze of players, then put it high off the glass behind the net. Norman, he overskated, goes down, Logsden in the general area, but Korn comes away with it. Plays it off the side boards. Capitals take over. They walk in front, poked away, and Acton able to get it out to center ice. And it does does not quite go far enough for icing, so there's no icing call. That hit the linesman, a bit of a break for the Jets there. Comes along the near side boards. Bloom left it in Shane Brenneman. Oh, he's trying to go to Whitrock. A little behind him on the pass. It's picked up by Henley. He'll work in. Henley from the right point. Tried to get it across, fanned on it. Myers had it poked away. Lift out to center ice by Bloom. And almost got by the last defenseman. Could have led to a possible breakaway by Brenneman, but didn't quite do it. This one is stopped by the goaltender Krugel and left behind the net for Elam. Bo Bloom with it with a little over 2.5 minutes left to go in the period. That sure looked like it came out to center ice. A shot right on, save, and we'll get a whistle. The linesman was not really in a position to see it. He was kind of behind he was standing up near the red line. From this angle, it looked like it might have been offside, but hard to say. In the meantime, puck up to center ice. Logan sends it across, and Capitals gain the zone again. Jets send it right back out. McAfee couldn't handle the bouncing puck. Sent in on goal by Stiles. And Amon takes over. Riedman can't knock the puck out of midair, and then he gets it out to center ice. Stiles again, off the near side boards. Nelson missed it, but it's carried on by Christensen. Tried to center one. That was broken up and back the other way. Lemke, he lost his balance. And the Capitals will play it into the Jets' end. Augustine tried to play it in the middle. It was knocked down and back the other way. Riedman got it out to center ice. Knocked down by the Capitals, and they'll dump it in and head to the bench for a change with 97 seconds left to go in the first period. Scoreless game. Riedman off the sideboards. Went off Lemke, but couldn't handle it as it was about head high. And now here's Corin. That pass behind him. He was able to poke it ahead. Now Logsden sends it up for Myers, trying to work in. Amon, a good defensive play to break it up. Jets get it out to center ice. Wood intercepts. He'll work in. Wood, that plays offsides. They didn't call it.
1 minute remaining in the period.
So they were an equal opportunity in terms of missed calls. Another good poke check that time by Wood, but it's carried in by Behrens. In on goal, a shot right on, and a save by Krugel. And he will hang on with 46 seconds left to go in the first period. Face off to Camden's left. Whitrock comes out to take the draw. It's won by the Capitals. Logsden on his backhand had it poked away. Back the other way if they hurry. And Brenneman lost an edge, or just lost his balance one way or another. And that opportunity, unfortunately, was lost. Delayed offsides. Capitals tag up. Norman sends it ahead. Brody Lee into the zone. Whitrock trying to knock it down. It comes loose in front. Jets can't get a stick on it. We're down to 15 seconds left to go. And Norman in his own zone. He'll send it across. That goes down the ice. No icing here as it went off a Capitals player and didn't go far enough anyway. 3 seconds left, and that's going to do it. The buzzer sounds, and the first period comes to a close with no score. Both teams did have some good opportunities, and both goaltenders, Jackson, Fleming, Camden, Krugel, were called on to make some good saves throughout the first period. So 17 minutes of hockey in the books. We'll go to our intermission slideshow and be back with the second period in about 15 minutes or so right here on Kansas City Jets Hockey. back out to the Buccaneer Arena here in Urbandale. Technically, not really Des Moines, we're in Urbandale, Iowa. Kansas City Jets, Des Moines Capitals scoreless after one period of play. Both teams getting back on the ice, getting set to go for period number 2. And we'll see whether or not the Jets can solve Jackson Fleming. I believe, according to the website, the shots on goal in that first period were actually pretty lopsided against Kansas City. I was told it was in the range of 15-1. That doesn't sound quite right to me. It's, I think I wouldn't be surprised if they had a little bit more shots than we did, but yeah, 15-1 is what it does say. That doesn't sound quite all that accurate, but you know what? We are underway here in the second period of play. Certainly was not that kind of a lopsided in terms of the amount of action in each rink. I'd say the Capitals had probably a little bit more, but not a ton more. And this should be an icing call early on in this one. So 19 seconds in, we get another early icing. Jets are starting the Whitrock line out there with Brenneman and Brody Lee. They were pretty quiet in the first period overall. I believe either team had a power play shot by Reedman. That was blocked, trying to go back the other way. Here come the Capitals, and Logsdon, he'll walk in front, got it to Myers. Myers down low, a shot, that was going wide, and it was steered behind the net. Another shot hit the side of the net as Malang tried to play it. He'll get it back out right point, then across Barron's a one-timer. That missed everything off the end boards, or perhaps off the glass. Myers played back out right point. Oh, and got past Stiles and out to center. Myers plays it back in his own zone. Malang then to Stiles. Up ahead, they'll dump it in. No icing here. Back of the net, Myers takes a hit from Reedman. Whitrock comes away with the puck. He'll play it up far boards for Lemke. Got it out to center ice. Bennett Lemke did get it into Brody Lee. Jets in the middle of a line change right now. Lee, he was forced off the puck. And it comes back out to center ice. Back the other way, Logan. Long shot. Ended up hitting something, went through the middle of the ice. Now up on the far boards. And Ekton back of the net. He just plays it off the end boards. It was knocked away by Way. And Norman got it out to center ice. Now Way again. He'll work into the Jets' end. He has Nelson with him. Instead, it comes back out to center ice. We played about 2 minutes here of the second quarter, or period, excuse me. Christensen got it into the zone. Long shot by Nelson wide. Comes around near side McAfee. Brody just plays it around on the far side. Lemke, he tried to swat it ahead. Norman comes up with a loose puck. Comes back out right point. Kept in. Henley, long shot and a save by Krugel, and he will hang on. So they are getting plenty of shots, so don't get me wrong when I say that it didn't feel like it was quite that lopsided. It didn't mean that they didn't have an awful lot of opportunities, but it didn't quite feel like 15-1. Of course, we missed the net a lot too. Here's Elam with the puck in the near corner. Plays it, trying to get it up ahead. McAfee couldn't knock it down. Then Barron's a shot that was wide, rebound. And Myers tried to bank it in off the goaltender, but ended up putting it wide of the goal. Now it looks like West will go for a skate in his own zone. Try to play it up the middle on left wing pass from Myers, who does a good job to accept it. Couldn't get around Bo Bloom, then centers one. Jets take over and coming back the other way. Here's Lemke trying to work in. He'll play it into the corner. Now back in the net, centered one. He did have a person in front, McAfee, but he was tied up too much, couldn't get a stick on it. Elam will play it in. West with it there. Up ahead, they get it out to center ice. Shibig And he'll send it across for Bloom. And then Elam will dump it in. Puck goes into the far corner. Wood over there knocks it down. Tried to get it back for Corin. That was blocked. And comes out to center ice. Here's Bloom again with it. Up ahead on right wing. He was looking for Shibig. That was knocked down by Christensen. Now the puck's loose. Here is Wood, a shot. Not on off a stick and wide. Corin. Now back of the net, Shibig. He had Wood in front. Instead, just plays it toward the middle, and it is covered up by Jackson Fleming. So, you know, there's a situation, for example, where the Jets had some decent zone time but never did get a shot on goal. That one wasn't. It was sitting in the crease, and the goaltender covered it, but it wasn't really a shot on goal. 3 minutes, 46 seconds gone by. In the second period, we're still scoreless here from Buccaneer Arena. Malang plays it up the near side boards. It was knocked down by Whitrock, then Brody Lee a shot. Not sure what that hit. In the meantime, Whitrock again in the corner. He was taken down. And now it was given from Logan up ahead for Malang, who dumps it in. Goes back of the Jets net. Oh, Reedman lost an edge. Puck in the crease. And it was swatted out of harm's way at the last second there by Amont. Mike plays it up the boards. Brenneman played it to the right point, but not out. Long shot well wide. Rebound off the end boards, comes out to the near side. And the Jets do send it back out to center ice. Here's Brody Lee trying to work ahead with it. He left it Brenneman. Backhand shot goes wide. Off the end boards, came back out in front. Whitrock couldn't get to the loose puck, and the Capitals come back the other way, 4-on-2. Luckily, they're late in the shift, and two of their forwards just go to the bench for a line change. Big hit along the far boards by Reedman. That was the reaction from the crowd. And it's taken and knocked down by Lemke. He'll work in on right wing. Bennett Lemke around a man. Backhand shot and a save by Fleming. And the rebound up the near side boards, and it does get by Ekton. Trying to work in with it, Malang. Sharp angle shot, blocker save, rebound in front. Another save by Krugel. Now here is McAfee. He'll get the speed going. In on goal, a shot from the right side, and that probably was going to go wide anyway, but a blocker save by Fleming. Near side boards. This is Norman with it. On his backhand, plays it out to center ice. Lemke takes a hit, carried on by Norman. He overskated, and we're going to get a penalty here. I believe it's going to be a hooking call. Happened a little bit away from the play, and I believe the Jets are getting the first power play of this varsity game. Hooking is the call. And so the Jets have the man advantage. 11:20 to go here in the second period. Wenzel, I believe, went off. Yeah, it was Wenzel. So Jets with the power play. Scoreless game. First power play of the game happening about 6 minutes into this second period. Jets with the puck. Brody Lee near the blue line, straight away with it. Long shot, saved by Fleming as that went through a maze of players. Rebound to Whitrock. Now back out for Bloom. A long shot and glove save by Fleming, and he was able to hang on. Eleven minutes left to go in the period. A little over a buck and a half left in the man advantage. Whitrock gets it back on the half boards. His shot hit traffic in front. Lee able to keep it in. Once again, reminder that the Jets are playing without Cole Eklund again today, as that was redirected a little wide. Normally he'd be out there on this power play. He is actually the Jets' leading scorer this year. Hurt his knee yesterday. Capitals get it out to center ice. Knocked down by Bloom. He'll dump it in. Jets chase after for it. Cale Smith, who's taken Eklund's position. And now here's Whitrock trying to play it in front. He was trying to get it over there to Lemke. As Smith has gone to the bench. McAfee is out. He's chasing it down in the corner. Comes back out to the point for Lee. He'll walk the line. Gave it back for Whitrock. Whitrock a shot. That missed everything off the end boards. Bloom. He couldn't knock it down, but he did knock the stick away from Behrens. So the Jets will come back in the other way. Brody Lee a shot right on and a save by Fleming. Down to 20 seconds to go in the man advantage. Short-handed. The puck comes in on goal, and Krugel will play it. Brenneman was knocked down, but they say no harm, no foul, and the Jets ice it while they are short-handed. 6 seconds left to go in the man advantage. 9:25 on the clock here in the second period, so we're about a little less than a minute shy of the halfway mark of the game. Scoreless here in Urbandale. Both teams make changes. Reedman, then a shot by Malang and a save by Krugel with 1 second left to go in the power play. So the Jets 0 for 1 with the man advantage. Malang ran right into Corin, got knocked down, wasn't expecting it, but he does keep the puck in. Shaden Brenneman back the other way now. He'll work ahead on left wing. He's got McAfee with him. Brenneman tried to get it to McAfee. He was just a little too far ahead of him. Steered to the corner by the goaltender Fleming. Brenneman was taken down. Puck along the near side boards. Corin over there as well. And he tried to center it. He was looking, Brenneman was, for McAfee, but never got it to him. And back the other way, trying to work in. Styles with it, long shot, and a save by Krugel, and he will hang on. So teams back to 5 aside, still scoreless. We're basically the halfway mark of the game right now, 8:35 to go in the second period. So Smith line out there with Lemke and McAfee. Mike Amon up the far boards. Lemke was able to get it out to center ice. Capitals with it. Way up ahead. That was knocked away, and now McAfee will try and chase it down. Oh, he tried to make a move into the zone, but Way knocked it down. And then I believe, are we getting, are they calling it a hand pass? Because a hand pass for the Capitals would actually be legal in the zone. I don't know, the referee's having a chat with some of the players. Maybe it was knocked out by a high stick, I don't know. Anyway, we'll get a whistle and a face-off. Off the draw, McAfee near the top of the circle, a shot blocker save Fleming. Rebound goes into the corner. Jets try and work it free. Smith over there, along with Lemke. McAfee in front of the net. They'll play it out for Reedman. Reedman a wrist shot that was blocked off the leg of Augustine. McAfee, and it's played into the zone, but only briefly, and now Lemke, a second effort, will get it in deep. Back behind the net, Way. We tried to work in front. Whitrock tried to knock it away. Shaden Brenneman does keep it in the zone. Goes back in the net. Henley. Oh, it's taken away by Lee. Tried to walk in front with it. Comes back out toward the point, and Redmond again a shot that's blocked to the defense. Augustine blocked him twice. And he had it taken away. Wenzel plays it back, and the Jets will take over in their own zone. Toward the middle, that got by Whitrock, but it goes down the ice, and it's taken there by Henley behind the net. The Capitals look to break out. Whitrock had to wait for his teammates to get on side. They say this is a delayed call still. So Whitrock goes and tags up. West will send it across. Henley into the zone. Takes it from Shibik. Puck comes out to center ice. Henley again. He'll dump it in. Back for it, Reedman. He plays it. And it comes out to center. And Reed will take it there. From his own zone, got it out to center ice from Myers. He had his pocket picked that time by Corin, but the Capitals return the favor. Now it is taken, and we're going to get a penalty on the Jets, I believe. A tripping call is coming up. They're calling it holding. And for the first time in the game, the Jets are going to be shorthanded, as Reedman will apparently go off for holding. So first time in this game that the Jets will be shorthanded. We are scoreless, 6:09 left to go in the second period. Jets will be killing a penalty. They can't get it out. Malang kept it in at the left point. They'll send it across right point. Gets it back straight away between the hash marks. A shot, and the puck comes away. I'm not sure that ever got through to Krugel. Here's Malang again, another long shot. That hit traffic in front, goes wide. Comes back out right point. And send it across, one-timer Malang, and he missed everything off the glass behind the net. Half a minute gone by on the power play. Malang again, left point. Walks toward the middle, a wrist shot. That looked like it was saved by Krugel. Again, Malang with it straight away now on the right side, and a shot, and they score. A snipe, high blocker side, power play goal. And the Capitals get on the board with a 1-0 lead. Well, you knew that you were flirting with danger. Reedman taking the holding call. And it was relatively well set up power play by the Capitals, and eventually they make it stick. We'll see if the Jets can respond. Brody Lee off the face-off, pokes it behind the net. Brenneman can't knock it down. Elam kept it in at the point. Now got it in for Brenneman, a shot and a save by Fleming, and he will hang on. So just like yesterday, it was Zachary West getting the first goal of the game for the Capitals. This time, though, on the power play. Brenneman leaves it in the corner for Lee. Jets were trying to get a cycle going. That didn't happen. Bo Bloom will dump it in. Jets need to tag up. They do. Capitals get it out to center ice. Whitrock got it to Brenneman. He'll work into the zone. He tried to backhand it in front for Whitrock. That was just a little too far ahead of him. And the puck goes out to center. Boy, that looked like it was offsides. The Jets end up tagging up anyway, as they're making a partial line change behind the net. Bloom will dump it in. Back behind the goal. Sent around by Augustine. Elam activates from the point. He'll get it down low. Comes loose to Whitrock. Now Lee. He's played it into the open corner. Bennett Lemke on the ice. He has it, plays it toward the net. Ends up going behind the goal. And the Capitals do get it out to center ice with Max Myers. Trying to work in on right wing. Jets able to take the body and get it away from him. And now this play would have been offsides, but the Capitals just give it up. Up ahead, Whitrock. Trying to work into the zone, had it knocked away. He'll go to the bench for a change. And the Capitals get it out to center ice. Barons in the middle for Christensen. He'll pull up top of the circle, try to send it across. That was blocked at the Jets defense. Good play by Bloom. And back the other way, McAfee with speed, trying to get into the zone. Left it toward the side of the net. Swept out of harm's way by Fleming. Big hit behind the net. And the puck bouncing around near the line, but it's kept in. As Smith sent it down low. Out of the net, Fleming plays it to the boards. Now here's McAfee. McAfee in a long shot. That hit traffic, ended up going wide of the goal. Coming up on 3 minutes left to go in the second period. 1-0 our score. Capitals on top. Christensen trying to work in. Pulls up the half boards. Now in the middle, a shot by Nelson goes off a leg and wide. Puck back in the net. They try to center it. Instead goes into the corner. Nelson again with it. Back out to the point. That was Logan. He did keep it in. And now Bo Bloom will play it up the sideboards, and eventually it's worked out to center ice, and now we get a whistle, as I believe it went into the Capitals bench with 2:36 left to go in the second period. Capitals on top 1-0 on a power play goal. Just a couple of minutes to go. Jets 0 for 1 on the power play. The Capitals 1 for 1. That's the difference in the game. Neutral ice face-off. Corin out there with Wood and Shivik. Friedman tried to play it up the boards, couldn't. Now they do. Comes out to center. And it's taken over again by Friedman. Trying to lift it out to the left, or right wing, towards Shibig. That went by everybody into the zone. Styles back for it for the Capitals. Back in the net, Shibig trying to work it free. Capitals lift it out to center ice. Off the glass on the sideboards. Styles will go back for it. Works behind his own goal. Sends it across. Malang. Played it to the far corner. Lifted past Wood. And the puck comes out to center, and Friedman will go for a skate. Turns in his own zone. Retreats back in the net. Then he'll reverse for Amon, who plays it up the boards. Comes loose in front. And Friedman got it out of the way. Down to 1:20 left to go in this second period. 3-on-2, back into the zone. Styles a shot right on, save Krugel. And he had a little bit of trouble getting to the loose puck for just a minute. But he is able to hang on for a face-off. You know, that's kind of what I'm talking about. It's been a while since really the Capitals had any good sustained pressure in that Jets end. But they do manage to somehow get shots on goal. Jets can't clear. Puck along the sideboards. Outright point, long shot. Ends up coming close to the net. Krugel played it behind the goal, or perhaps missed it. It goes behind the goal, but in the meantime, here's Brenneman with it. Brenneman on right wing, tried to get it back to Whitrock, and he didn't realize he didn't have the puck, and completely fanned on it when he went to go shoot. Big hit at center ice. Friedman on Nelson. Capitals get it. Now there's going to be a penalty. It's going to be on the Capitals. Trying to work in is Whitrock. He was taken to the boards, and finally they touch up. And with 18 seconds left to go, an interference call coming up against Des Moines. Or excuse me, a slashing call. And the Jets are going to have a man advantage possibly going into the third period. It is Nelson. Like I said, there was a big hit earlier on Tyler Nelson, so you got to wonder whether or not maybe it might have been retaliatory in nature. 18 seconds left to go. Still time to get a possible scoring opportunity. Whitrock now to Lee. Walks the line. Long shot. Fleming save. Rebound. And Cale Smith was there, but he was not able to do anything with it. Other than that, Krugel knock it out of harm's way, and that's going to do it. The buzzer sounds, and the period comes to the close. The only goal scored by the Capitals. They lead it 1-0 on a power play goal a little earlier. This is the Jets' second power play. They're 0 for 1, and it will continue on into the third period of play with a minute 42 left to go in the man advantage for the Jets. They trail it 1-0. We'll go to our intermission slideshow and come back. 17 minutes of hockey left to go here from Buccaneers Arena. We'll see if the Jets can't come back on this one. They trail 1-0 here on Kansas City Jets hockey. out to Buccaneers Arena. Joel Becker, Kansas City Jets hockey. Jets trailing the Capitals 1-0, but they've got a power play. A minute 42 left to go in the man advantage as we get started with the third period of play. Obviously, the Jets could certainly use an early power play goal. And then we'll see how things go. Yesterday, the first two periods, in some ways, kind of similar. By the way, shots on goal in that second period in favored the Jets, 8-7. So after 15-1 in the first, which, like I said, didn't really seem, it may not be inaccurate, it just didn't seem like that was the way the game was going. The second period was much more even, 8-7. So overall shots 22-9 for the Capitals, and they lead it 1-0. But they will start things off with the man advantage. It's Whitrock in the middle of Smith and Lemke. Brody Lee and Bo Bloom on the points to get things going. And we are underway here in the third period. Off the face-off, puck in the neutral zone and tipped in by Smith. Out of the net, Fleming rings it around far side, and Lemke knocks it down. On that far side, trying to force it down the far boards. It comes loose. And then activating from the point was Bo Bloom, but now we're going to get a whistle. And I think it was the helmet coming off of Bennett Lemke that caused the stoppage of play, and so there'll be a neutralized face-off. I don't think Bennett was very happy about it. I thought he maybe felt like they could have had a call. They're going to actually make him come off the ice because his helmet came off. And so somebody else will have to at least start on right wing. And that somebody else is Brody McAfee. So minute and 15 seconds left to go on the man advantage as the Capitals will send it the length of the ice off the faceoff. Bloom back for it. As the Jets will see what they can muster here. Lee will hit the red line and dump it in. It gets past Whitrock and down the ice. Boy, a wet ice here because that puck just stopped right in the middle. If you remember, the games yesterday almost got well, they did get delayed and almost got canceled because of compressor issues. I don't know if there's still anything going on as that hit the side of the net on the backhander there by Whitrock. Half a minute to go in the power play. Whitrock tried to play it back to Lee, but puck comes up, and here is Brody Lee. Got it to Whitrock, top of the circle, trying to walk in a shot. That was blocked. 20 seconds to go in the power play, and the Capitals take over. And Max Myers will just go for a skate and try and waste a little time here. Down to 12 seconds to go in the man advantage. Jets trailing at 1-0. He'll send it the length of the ice, and Krugel leaves it behind the goal for Lee. As we are now back to 5-a-side. Up ahead, center ice. Way knocked it down. He'll get it back in his own zone. Plays it up on right wing, and Nelson out of the box. And now back behind the net. Bloom tried to chase it, goes into the far side corner. Now back out to the right point. Long shot. Never got through. Rebound. Amon. And now Corin will pick it up. Team's back to 5-a-side. 14:45 to go regulation time. Jets trailing, but only 1-0 in this one. Bo Bloom with it. He'll retreat back behind his own net. Amon got it out to center ice. McAfee. Then Amon again will go for a skate in his own zone. Up ahead on left wing, he was looking for Corin. That was too elevated a pass for him to handle, but then it's McAfee in front for Corin. He had his stick held up, and then Wood just lost an edge, lost his balance, and the puck comes out to center ice. Nelson and Amon after for it. Micah turns, plays it back over for Riedman. Off the sideboards and out to center. Malang will go back for it for the Capitals. He just plays it off the sideboards. Amon up the near side. Wood able to get it into the zone. Whitrock tried to chase after for it. Oh, Whitrock turns with it, has it, a shot, and he scores! Blaine Whitrock. As we got a little bit of a break there, and I don't know if, again, that might have been wet ice that caused the puck to slow down or something like that. But it looked as if the Capitals had a clear breakout, and the puck just kind of stopped in the hash mark area, and Whitrock was able to come over, and that was a pretty good snipe to beat Jackson Fleming and tie this 1-1. Well, they said we needed that early goal. It comes 3 minutes and 14 seconds into the period. Wasn't on the power play, but they counted anyway. Should be an unassisted goal. Amon back of the net trying to chase it down. Here's Riedman with it. He'll pull up behind the goal line. Plays it up right wing. Lee couldn't get it out. Comes loose to Nelson. Nelson a long shot. Blocker save. Might have even hit the shaft of the stick there by Krugel. And Riedman again. Oh, he almost overskated. Puck behind the net, and Amon picks it up. He'll ring it around the boards again. Lee, and this time able to get it out to center ice, trying to chase it down. Brenneman almost got there ahead of William Reed. He'll circle around in the far side. That was knocked down by Brenneman, and then Brody McAfee in front. Backhand shot. They say no goal. I think, oh no, they say it is a goal. And I believe it's going to be Cale Smith's goal, and just like that, in the span of less than a minute, the Jets go from trailing 1-0 to ahead 2-1. The way the referee was waving at it at first, I thought he was trying to wave it off, but no, he was actually just emphatically pointing at the goal. Smith, Brody McAfee involved with that one. And with 12:50 left to go, the Jets on top 2-1. Well, huge turn of events there. Cale Smith does get the goal. Shot and a save. McAfee gets the assist. The clock is still running. We'll see if they put any time left. Doesn't look like it. So they'll just run it down to 12:27. Tell you what, no, actually they are going to put some time back. I was just going to say, if you're the Jets, you're like, fine, we're winning. Let them run as much time off as they want. I think they're going to have the clock wait to start for a little bit because they're under play and the clock's not moving. Now it is. So Lemke with the puck in his own zone. He'll work out to center ice, trying to play it in. Gets around one man on right wing. Lays it in front. He was looking for McAfee. The puck just too far ahead of him. Then Smith a shot and a save. Fleming. Now back their way, Logsdon. He's got Barons with him. Logsdon on his backhand, pulls up at the face-off dot, moves around one man, a shot, and he scores. Logsdon ties this one up as Luke was able to just rip it by Camden Krugel, and with 12:04 left to go, we got a brand new ball game. It's 2-2. I'll tell you what, that was a great individual effort by Luke Logsdon, because it was, well defended at first, but then he was able to make a Jets defender miss. And when all was said and done, we are tied. So unassisted goal for Logsdon. Shibig will dump it in and chase after for it. Back of the net. Puck comes loose. It's still loose behind the net. Shibig was checked to the boards. Then Wood comes over to knock it away. Corin out there as well on this line. And the Capitals able to send it all the way back into the Jets' end. Elam will chase back for it. Oh, he overskated as he went behind the net. Comes up the far boards. Malang knocks it down. Now Elam again. He also whiffed the second time as he tried. Got out Nelson a shot. Boy, that hit Bloom in front and ends up behind the net. Capitals dangerous here. Jets take over, and it's rung around and goes out of play. And we will get ourselves a whistle and a face-off. 2-2 our score, 11 minutes left to go, regulation time. Amazingly enough, this is how we started the third period yesterday, 2-2. And the Capitals came up with 4 third period goals. Don't want to see a repeat of that. Whitrock line is out. Hopefully they learned something from yesterday. Off the face-off. Amon tried to get it up, comes out in front, a shot that was blocked to the defense, and Logsdon to get a backhand, and Krugel got a piece of that. Brody Lee up the boards, and then Whitrock sends it ahead, and Brenneman will try and chase it down into the corner. He gets knocked down, but coming over for it is Whitrock. He tried to play it in the middle, had it poked away from him though. Comes out to center ice. Jets dump it back in. They tag up. Back for it though is Henley. Up ahead on right wing. Whitrock kept it in. Brody Lee trying to work it free. Goes back of the net and it's taken by Myers. Max Myers off the sideboards. Kept in. Big hit over there. And the puck sent down the ice. This should be icing. Icing the call against the Capitals. With 10-11 left to go. So, who will get the go-ahead? That is the question. Cale Smith line comes out. They are due. Cale just had a goal, though. Although it was kind of a half and half line at that point. Comes out near the line. Capitals keep it in. Long shot and a save by Krugel. And he will hang on with just under 10 minutes left to go in regulation time. Face off to the right of Krugel. Cale Smith on the draw with Christensen. Cale won it, but Elam couldn't do anything with it. And then back in the net, Bloom takes his man to the boards. Puck comes loose. Elam comes over to take it on the near side boards. Christensen knocks it down. Now Smith, Nelson. Smith got it again. And Cale Smith trying to get it up left wing. That went off of McAfee's stick and it came to the Capitals. Comes loose in front and Elam knocks it out of harm's way. Trying to chase it down. McAfee, he's going to get there. Out of the net. Fleming was able to come up and knock it out of the way just before Brody McAfee got a chance. Boy, that was a race that could have gone either way. In the meantime, puck back in the net. Oh, a Jets player was just, again, clearly taken down by Ryan Logan. It was an accident, but it's still a trip. And the referee was right there, didn't do anything. Puck sent the length of the ice, and we're getting an icing call against the Jets. Of course, the way our power play is going, maybe even if they had called it, we should have declined it. 9:01 to go, regulation time. Whitrock line comes out. Facing the Myers line from the Capitals. Both teams' top lines out there. Reedman trying to play it up the boards, still loose. And now Reedman again will get it out to center ice at least. On the right side, the Capitals will dump it in. Krugel couldn't stop it behind the net. Comes to the far boards. Reedman up those boards. Jets take over, and they do get it out to center ice as Whitrock lost an edge, but able to get it ahead. Here come the Capitals and Stiles. He was able to get it into the zone. Knocked down, and Whitrock forces it out to center ice. Here's Max Myers trying to get some speed going. He was checked. Puck came loose. Big hit on Brody Lee. Well, I tell you what, I've seen hits like that get called in Kansas City all the time. And we are going to get a whistle here. And I believe it's going to be, it may be on Kansas City. I'm not sure who. cross-checking penalty, and it is going to go to the Jets. And I believe it's Wood who's going off. Yep. And so the Jets will be shorthanded. Boy, big penalty kill here for Kansas City. We'll see what they can do. Shot, comes near the side of the net, locks it in, and a save by Krugel. Puck comes loose though. Back of the goal. They'll play it out to the point for West. He walks the line. Sends it down low. Christensen couldn't do anything with it. Came back out to the right point for West again, and we get a whistle. And I think we may be getting a crease violation on the Capitals. So the faceoff comes out to center ice. 95 seconds to go in the man advantage. 2-2 our score. West plays it in the middle for Malang. Up ahead, they gain the zone. Pulls up near the line. Ooh, and it is come out to center ice. Reedman able to force that one out off of his skate. Trying to work in the middle. Bennett Lemke ran into Christensen, a pair of 32s over there. Puck comes loose and back into the Capitals' end. Down to a minute 10 left to go in the man advantage for Des Moines. Jets trying to work the puck free. Brody Lee lost his stick. Boy, he goes back for it, which is a dangerous thing to do while you're shorthanded. And boy, that was very close to being offsides. I can't say that I saw for sure that one was offsides. It was just close. Here's Malang with it, right side of shot. That one off the stick of Lemke and wide. Back of the net. Power play here for the Capitals. And a shot that hit traffic, never got through, and then Lemke will send it the length of the ice with half a minute to go in the man advantage. I said earlier that Jackson Fleming was a very mobile goaltender, liked to come out of the net. And earlier, Brody McAfee almost beat him to a puck, but he came out and made a good play. 15 seconds to go in the man advantage. Puck came off the stanchion, odd bounce. Brody Lee near the line, and Whitrock able to get it out to center ice. That's going to do it for the power play for Des Moines. Myers with the puck, had it poked away, back the other way. Here's Shibig in with Whitrock. Shibig a shot right on, and a save by Fleming, and he will hang on. So right after the penalty ends, I don't know if Shibig wasn't aware that he had help with him, or he just thought that his best bet was to shoot it on. Might have liked to have seen that get in a little closer, or at least some sort of a pass. Corin line comes out. Shibig and McAfee in place of Wood on this line right now. Capitals back the other way, trying to work into the zone. Christensen pulls up along the half boards, plays it back out toward the point. Henley and Shibig able to knock it away from him. McAfee trying to chase it down, lost an edge as he went to poke it. And the Capitals back the other way. There have been some big hits in this third period, both sides. Christensen sends it in the middle. 5:15 left to go regulation time. Still 2-2 our score. Bloom after 4 in his own zone. Plays it across, got it out to center ice. Capitals would have been offsides. And the Jets kick it back out to center. They'll play it ahead. Stiles got it in for Henley. Trying to work in. Knocked down by Bloom. He'll go back the other way. Lead pass. Here's Whitrock. He's 1-on-2. Trying to split the defense. Shot. And a glove save by Fleming, and he will hang on. Decent opportunity for Whitrock. In a 1-on-2 situation, at least he got a shot that could have gone in. Down under 5 minutes left to go. We shall see how this one ends. Up ahead, Logsdon who has the game tying goal for the this one. Way offsides, and we do get that whistle. Just a hair delayed. Thought for a minute we were gonna. I mean, Myers just was, I don't know, 3 steps in before Logsden ever crossed. So we get a whistle and a face-off, neutral ice. Again, the top lines out, one against each other. Whitrock and Myers facing off. Myers got this one. It's played in on goal, and Krugel leaves it back of the net for Riedman. Gave it to Amon up the near boards, and he lifted it out of play. And so we'll get a face-off. Still inside the Jets' end. Jets change players, Capitals don't, so Myers going off against Cale Smith now. Lemke able to get it out to center ice. Stiles will dump it back in. Amon in his own zone, rings it around far side. Redmond lets it go through, and that's Brody McAfee in the middle for Smith. Long shot, hit a leg. Back the other way, Myers. He goes for a skate in his own end. Then Amon just plays it back into the Des Moines end. Stiles, he'll play it ahead. Amon tried to play it off the boards, but that hit the body of Stiles and didn't get through. They'll center one. Boy, that was tipped on the pass through. I believe Riedman, or maybe it was Smith, or that would have been dangerous. Then a shot by Behrens was blocked at the defense. That smarted Bennett Lemke, who is doubled over in a little bit of pain. And the Jets clear it out to center ice. Trying to work forward with it there, Lemke. He couldn't get to the loose puck, in Malang. Now on the right side, Behrens. He'll walk in front. He's on his backhand. Tried to center one. He was looking for Myers. That pass just a hair ahead of him. Comes back out. Long shot by Nelson. That was blocked by Shivik. Goes into the corner. Riedman over there. Puck goes off the side of the goal, and it is covered up by Krugel. Not taking any chances near the side of the net. 3:09 left to go. Both teams making changes, and this time they're going to, Jets put their top line up against somebody other than the Max Myers line. We'll see what happens here, if that will turn into some offensive tries. In the meantime, the Capitals still have possession, though. West was not able to keep it in, and Brenneman back the other way. He's got Lee with him. He's able to get it into the zone. Wasn't able to maintain possession, but the Jets will try and forecheck. Comes up the near side boards. Bloom knocked it down. He'll send it toward the net. It was going to go wide, but it was knocked behind the net. Here's Lee after for it. Brody Lee tried to center one. That was off of Fleming. Then a long shot and a block. Comes right through the middle. And the Capitals able to clear it. Here's Elam playing it ahead. Off the pass from Bloom. Bloom gets it back again near the line. Up ahead for Brody Lee. He couldn't do anything with it. Christensen played it back to the line. Oh, and it's taken away from Elam, trying to walk in front. Behrens a shot, and he missed the net. Goes off the end boards as we're down near 2 minutes left to go in this one. Capitals dangerous here. Again, goes wide of the goal. Up the boards. Logsden has it. Logsden on his backhand, knocked away from him by Lee. And the Jets will just ice it here, as they ended up with a long shift. So we're going to see the Myers line come out against the Cale Smith line again with 1:47 left to go. Some sort of discussion going over between one of the two referees and the Jets coaching staff. Face off to the right of Cameron Krugel. Smith on the draw. They fight for it. Puck near the dot. Comes loose to Lemke. Good to see Bennett still on the ice because he got hurt the last time with a just block and a shot, which I'm sure was painful. Here's Lemke in front. Smith, and he couldn't catch the pass. Goes under his stick and back the other way. Logsden in the middle. Looking for Behrens. Lifted. Couldn't get it out, but then on a second effort, Amon will play it off the sideboards and out. Logsdon will dump it in as we're down to 1:15 left to go. Reedman after for it. Plays it up the far boards. That was knocked down though. Logsdon back in the net, tried to play it out in front. That was stopped by Krugel, and we get a whistle. Well, see if there's any calls here. Boy, are they going to give the Capitals a power play with 1:06 left to go? McAfee is in the box. They're just calling it a cross check on McAfee, so yes, they are. Wow. A tight game like this, 2-2. 1:06 left to go. And the Jets are going to be shorthanded, possibly into overtime if it goes that far. Face off, clean win by Brody Lee, a good job there, but the Jets don't clear it. And with 1 minute left to go, they'll set things up. Malang with it, straight away a shot that hit traffic, ended up wide. Rebound picked up by the Jets, and they play it down the ice. So we're down under 1 minute left to go. Now here's Barons trying to walk in on goal, a shot, and Krugel the save, and he will hang on with 37 seconds left to go. As Barons just shot it right into the Jets logo. And we'll get another face-off as the Capitals change players. Like I said, the penalty could go all the way back into overtime. Puck comes behind the net after for it. Lee plays it up the boards, does come out to center ice. Shorthanded, trying to work ahead is Smith on his backhand and on goal. Backhand shot and a save by Fleming. Boy, wouldn't that have been sweet? A shorty with less than 30 seconds left to go. We're down to 15 left. Still a power play here for the Capitals. A big hit. That was a high hit. I got to say that the Jets might have gotten away with one there on the high hit from Redmond. 5 seconds left to go. Myers plays it in the middle. Jets clear it, and we're going to overtime. So how about that? 2-2 our score after regulation time. It will still be a power play, though, for the Capitals when the overtime period begins. We'll play 5 minutes. It will start as 4-on-3. I know it says 5-on-4, but I don't know if there's a way to change that in our setup here during overtime. I think they're probably, I don't know. But at any rate, so it'll be 5 minutes. It'll start at 4-on-3. When the penalty ends, it'll be 4-on-4 until the next whistle, and then they'll go back to 3-on-3, the standard overtime. Do change ends for the overtime period. So like I said, it'll be 4-on-3 to start things off for 54 seconds as things stand right now. Lemke is going to be the forward. Friedman and Amon. And we're underway in overtime. So the Jets, at least one thing, they have guaranteed themselves a point this weekend. Would love to get that second one. Power play opportunity here for the Capitals. Sends it across Myers. Top of the circle, trying to walk in front, sends it across. Malang, a shot saved by Krugel, rebound. Comes to Malang again. Now to Myers. Top of the circle across, Logsdon. Wanted to have the one-timer, but the pass was just a little off. Now here's Stiles across, one-timer, they score. Max Myers, or no, excuse me, that was actually Gage Behrens who buried it. And so the Jets will have to settle for just the 1 point. Power play goal. I still got to say, I'm not a big fan of giving one team a power play. I realized it was a pretty blatant hit, but it's not like he did it out of nowhere. There was some, the idea was that basically I think he was taking exception to a hit, what he perceived to be a hit on our goaltender in the scramble, and retaliated, and I think they could have figured out a way to call one on each in that situation, but unfortunately that is not what happened. And so a power play overtime game winner for the Capitals, and they win it 3-2. They do come up with 4 wins over the weekend, but it's not a clean sweep, as the Jets do get the 1 point. Coming up with a at least pushing this one to overtime. Could have gone either way. And this Capitals team is a very tough one. They are still undefeated, but at least not a regulation win. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. We'll be on the road in Ames next weekend, so hopefully you'll join us for that. Final score on this one, 3-2. Des Moines beats Kansas City in overtime. Jets pick up a point. That's the only point they get over the weekend. We'll be back next week. Hope you'll join us right here on Kansas City Jets Hockey here on the Jets Hockey Network.